Welcome to Rhode Island, my friends. Can you tell where we are? There's purple everywhere in RBTX. All right, we're standing in front of a really cool swag wall. I know what my favorite piece is this ball right here. Do a little juggling while we're at it. But in the meantime, what's your favorite piece on here as well?
Yeah, so we do have so many things on here, right? We have some of RBTX. It's an online marketplace for robotics. We do have some components. Let me just pick one. This is an FQE from Schmelz, one of our partners. We have over 100 partners on the website that supply components, but also that supply services. So this is an area gripper where you can grab boxes and all kinds of stuff, pneumatically actuators. You can see the pressure gate on here, something that we use a lot for end-of-line picking and all kinds of other situations. But there's so many more things to talk about. We have some customer tests, but we'll get all into this later. So
yeah, I want to know how you're doing this. I want to see some of the automation itself, but this is reminiscent of an octopus, it seems like to me. And one time when I was in Korea, I had to eat one while it was moving. Let's take a walk. All right, we're not going into that story right now. You have a great facility here, and I heard a rumor that says test before you invest. Can you talk about the collaborative situation? Because I at least see a lot of folks out there, and some of them aren't wearing purple shirts.
Yeah, so basically we are in our customer test area right now. We call it customer test area because we do customer tests. Proof of concept studies, all for free. Basically, if you are new to automation and you do have a project, you have some question marks, you can send us your components. And then what we do is we actually put them here to test with all of our different systems to prove to you that our low-cost automation equipment can achieve your solution.
Low-cost equipment, everyone likes to hear that, but I also have to ask you, this feels like you may have done this before. Are you doing this for people all day, every day?
Yeah, so we have done many customer tests. Just to prove it to you, we have a couple of them live here. We can see some over there. This is, igus is a bearings company. Everyone that buys a bearing needs to push it into the housing. So we have many projects where we do bearing pushing it in and automating that process. We're showing that over there. But over here, this is a customer test that we've done a while ago. Basically a simple gluing and dispensing application. So dispensing and gluing is, for anyone that's done that, is usually pretty complex. You have a lot of glue everywhere. You need to be very clean. It's kind of hard to do. But with automation, it's actually quite simple to automate this. So here you can see our gantry solution. You can see our PLC that's below, our plug-and-play PLC, and then a simple Loctite dispensing pump for $1,600. So what we always do is with our systems, we show the price. So we try to always show the price to prove that we are low-cost automation. And here you can basically see the gantry and the nozzle kind of like chasing a line on the outside of the wooden piece that we would have dispensed glue on.
Let me tell you two quick stories. One, I have manually pressed bearings into pieces before, and two, I have glued my fingers together before.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing that. As we walk and look at more technology, the importance of pricing, I think, in this day and age when everyone needs automation. I mean, that's how we compete globally, right? We have to do it. But one of the first arguments or discussions I hear on a regular basis is, I don't have the money to do it on day one. It's an expensive way to start up. I know I need it, but how quickly can I pay it back? You guys start from the bottom, build it up, make sure that people are taken care of at a price point that helps them. And that's kind of what I like.
Yeah, so really the idea of what we try to do at igus with low-cost automation is there's many great solutions out there for high-performance applications. There's many great robot companies out there that do an amazing job at solving like those really complex tasks that are also really valuable to companies. What we see is that there's a lot of demand for applications that are super straightforward and very low value, and that's really hard to do. So on RBTX, we actually have kind of like a solution library on rbtx.com where we kind of showcase all kinds of solutions that we've done in the past that we tested out for customers. And over there we have 500 solutions where we show customers how we can solve something. Where actually 95% of them are under $18,000.
What?
Yeah. So the idea is like we can talk all day, but we want to prove it to you. And if you go on RBTX, you can see all of them. You can see the component breakdown so that you can learn a little bit how can you get started with something.
Yeah, and let's be honest, in our industry, people love when we prove stuff to them, right? And we don't want to just jibber jabber around, talk about things. We want to prove it. So in doing so, we got a couple more setups over here, don't we? Because I want to talk about those as well. And again, crazy low price points. How are you guys able to do this?
Yeah, so we are basically with igus's know-how and all I think we have over 250,000 components. We have a lot of components that we can use to kind of like build systems, and one of these is our Delta robot. So you can see here that we're basically using all kinds of like internal business units to build together this robotic system, because over time we learned that everything kind of like goes into automation. So you can see all kinds of components here that you can also buy individually, and that is the know-how that we have and the pricing power that we have to create robots that are very affordable. So for example, this Delta with the conveyor, the control, goes for $17,000, which is a really system that we're proud of.
I'll take two. Can I take two right now, right on camera? I've already said it, guys. I'm going to take two.
Yeah, you can take two.
This is probably why you have over 50 locations around the world at this point, right? And why everyone knows your name.
Yeah, I guess.
Where everybody. Sorry, guys, I'm singing again. I'm not going to do that to you again. Continue, Jan. I appreciate it.
No, yeah. This is one system that I really wanted to show, because what we also have is we have a little camera on there. And what we do with that is object detection. So now what is object detection? Basically, if something randomly comes down a conveyor, we want to know that it's there. And so what we do is basically with this camera, that's $100 off of Amazon. If you want it, we'll send you the link. You can just add that to our systems and then can detect objects on the conveyor belt, so you don't need to pay any expensive integrators to like do some complex vision programming. You can all do that yourself within our software.
Yeah, Jan, I know we're getting ready to look at this one as our final unit that we're going to discuss today, but can I just tell you how much I enjoy your transparency? You quite literally looked at the audience and said, we get it from Amazon, I'll send you the link. I mean, that's how you can trust a company and work with them for years and years. That is so cool to me. All right, let's look at this last cell right here before we close this video out. Jan, what are we doing? What's going on here?
So this is our kind of like flagship product. It's the Rebel 6-axis collaborative robot arm. We all maybe have heard of collaborative robot arms. And really what the idea behind this is we do an inspection. We actually do the inspection of the circuit boards that go into the motors of the Rebel. So these are actually some of the components that are in this robot. So the robot itself is inspecting kind of like the future components of the robot. This whole cell is kind of like imitating how we could identify if there's any errors on the chips. And the whole system also goes for under $20,000. So again, the price point of $18,000, where we see that over 95% of our solutions are under. So another example of something that we do here every day, we bring customers in, virtually or in person, to show them kind of what we can do with our components.
Jan, I have to say, as we're closing up this whole interview, thank goodness for robots. Thank goodness for you guys, because I'm getting a little bit older and I wouldn't be able to tell you if something was wrong with this or right with this. My eyes don't work that well. And the vision systems, the automation that comes with it, this is, as you've already mentioned, the ability to take tasks that are redundant, monotonous, maybe a little bit boring, and apply those people in creative areas to do more. Let the robots, let the cobots do that kind of work. Isn't that the summary of why we're trying to build these things and make it affordable for everyone out there?
Yeah, who doesn't want to train their employees to, take care of robots now instead of doing the manual labor themselves? We all know sanding, applications, gluing, as we talked about, those are things that nobody really wants to do. So having robots that do that for you, and then your employees being able to take care of the robots, it's a great thing to do. Yeah.
The last thing I want to close out with before I thank everyone for joining us as well is this conversation that people have about robots taking jobs. That's just not the case. I mean, you know better than I do. I travel around and get to have a lot of conversations, but you're day in, day out talking with people. You got a whole smorgasbord of folks out here working with you in order to do it. I actually heard a number that said for every automated cell that's out there, 7 jobs are created. Can we quickly touch on just how automation is not taking jobs, but allowing people to do more with what they currently couldn't do.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you work in a factory setting, you will have problems finding people to do your work. And I think I've talked to many customers who do have problems scaling their production in the first place. Like they do have the order book, but they don't have the production capacity to actually get everything out the door that they need to. So we see that there's huge potential to add low-cost robots to your portfolio to do these easy tasks, to scale your production step by step. Instead of spending $1 million on the next production line that's going to take 2 years, you can get a robot and get started right away to scale up. So that's something that I think brings in a lot of jobs. It brings, helps everybody to scale. Also makes sure that the quality is better and that the companies thrive.
Jan, you said that so well, you almost made me drop an explicit word, but I'm not going to do it. Heck yeah, instead, let's go with that. Did we just become best friends?
Maybe.
I like it. All right, everyone, thank you for watching. This is, RBTX, but you know what it stands for. We started with that, and we're here with igus. This is my buddy Jan. If you're looking for that low-cost solution to implement into your facility that allows the redundancy to be removed, with a company that's been around for decades, give these guys a shout. It's definitely worth your time. Jan, thank you so much. Truly appreciate the tour.
Yeah.